Hi everyone. All right, we're back again for another round. I went and increased the temperature of the water bath that my resin was sitting in because the last time it took too long for it to warm up. So this has been mixed. This is 5 ounces in here. 1 ounce is going to go in each coaster. 30 grams is going to get measured out for my white. We'll measure that out real quick. Okay, 30 grams, here we go. Perfect. Okay, again, I'm gonna let this sit until it reaches that 96.3. Cast and craft, 3 drops. 1, 2, 3. There's usually a little trailer drop that comes off. I don't count that. 4 drops of the Pinata alcohol ink. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, looked like an extra one snuck in there. That's okay. Move my scale out of the way. We're going to give this guy a really good stir. Yeah, much better. I can feel that this cup is already, it's warm. Kind of almost feels like maybe a cup of coffee you made and forgot about and came back to 10 minutes later. Again, relatively opaque on the color, which is perfect. So we're gonna let him sit. We are going to be going with, again, the Let's Resin ink. This is coffee. Let's Resin Sugalite. And Let's Resin Rose Gold. So we're gonna take this guy's temperature and see how he's doing. Again, that magic number for me is that 96.3. So turn this guy on. Let's see, climbing way faster. Again, that temperature in the water bath that I give it makes a huge difference. Yes, I start with my resin really warm already, but it's a huge difference on how fast my process works and the results that I get without stressing. 95. 90, okay, we went 96.4, it was still climbing. All I'm worried about is that it hit that magic number for me of 96.3. Okay, put this guy in each of the molds. Again, like I said, when it's pre-warmed, there's a lot less bubbles that I'm dealing with. It makes my life a lot easier. Give this guy some more. Let's see, who might need more? You a little bit. You definitely need more. Again, like I said, these little silicone measuring cups, I get them at Target. They're so easy to deal with. And then I found this little silicone mixing stick. I got those on Amazon. Because again, anytime I can clean something and reuse it and not have as much waste, that makes me happy. Okay, all right. So those guys are done. So again, I'm gonna start with the Let's Resin coffee alcohol ink. Well, let me do a little maintenance on the air bubbles there. Heat gun. All right, let's look and see. Looks pretty good. We got a couple floaters in here. As much as I try to keep floaters out. I live in a house with 5 dogs, and we get stuff in them a lot. Excuse me. Just work some of those air bubbles up. Oh, more floaters. Hopefully my big head's not in the way. Couple floaters, bubbles, lots of bubbles. Okay. Sorry, my house is fighting the creeping crud. All right, the coffee in the middle. Let's see what happens. Again, wipe it. I know my resin's been warmed up enough when I put it in the mold that when I drop the alcohol ink, it's not immediately just going completely everywhere. It's kind of more controlled in the center. So in the middle of the coffee, we'll put in the rose gold Let's Resin alcohol ink. Hopefully just a little drop. These have a really big opening. So it's, I don't squeeze the bottle to get this come out. I barely tip it. And as you can see, a fair amount comes out. All right. And then we'll go around the edge with a few drops of this guy. Handy dandy. Again, got it on Amazon. I love this thing. So we'll give the brown and the rose a swirl. That rose gold really overtook my brown, but I think we'll be okay. Let's see. Give them a swirl. Swirly swirl. Again, like I said, for me, it's all about the temperature when I start to work with my resin. And I discovered it purely by trial and error. In fact, once I discovered what worked for what I wanted to use, I made up a little notes and info book. And I wrote the recipe, I call it a recipe, wrote it down, and I follow it. Okay, we're gonna go round and round. And maybe I'll go back the other way. And let's swirl it. Okay. Again, that's kind of what a design that you like. Everybody knows no two are ever the same. It doesn't matter if you try to make them exactly identical. I've never personally been able to replicate that they are identical. Because sometimes resin does whatever resin wants to do. Those are kind of pretty. We'll see how that turns out. All right. Give this a wipe. Check on my cup. Oh yeah. That's getting much better. Need scissors. All right, take her temperature. Looking for that magic number of 101.3. Yeah, it's climbing a lot faster this time. Making sure that pre-bath was a lot warmer water is definitely beneficial. And yep, 101.6 and still climbing, so we're happy with that. Okay, again, piping bag into a little cup. We'll put this guy in. Get him all the way in there. All right. Let it fall down in. Close up the bag. Squish it down. See, it's much more fluid this time. How it went more towards the tip. That's good. All right, give it a really good twist. We're going to snip off that tip. Switch my hands because I'm right-handed. Check the, yep, nice drips. We're perfect there. Okay, let's start piping. Again, yep, see how it immediately just starts to disperse when you're putting it in there? That's what you're looking for. You know that your coaster resin and your bloom piping are hot enough. So again, swirl it in there. And my swirls are never symmetrical or on point. They just kind of go where they want to go. And the last one. So you know that on these guys, the rounds, the 30 grams, I'll have extra, and that's okay. The little bit that's in there, I don't stress about that. Oh, timer's going off for my 13 minutes. Fantastic, stop. Oh, stop it. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So, oh, I dragged that through there. Oops. That'll be interesting. Wipe that edge off. Okay. So I normally go the straight lines. So I think this time, I start on the outside and go in. This time I'm going to start on the inside and go out first. But instead of just a straight line, I'm going to do a little, I don't know, like this and see what happens. May turn out like, you know what, I don't know. But we'll see. Won't know until I try it. Now, see, I went in, out, so now I'll go out to in. If anything, I think I pulled that metallic further through the flower. Okay, so I started in, out. So swirl my line, swirl my lines, swirls, swirl, and then pull in, And you guys can see these are already really starting to bloom without even, you know, any extra heat gun or anything. It's just, they're going. All right, we did in, out, in, out, go into the out, go in, out, and then in, 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 get a swirl into the out. It's interesting how much more it pulled that metallic doing that swirls out. All right, get all this out of the way. Okay, let's spread them out a little bit. Hopefully you guys can still see. Heat gun, warm them all up. And start pushing those blooms. Well, he barely needs anything. He bloomed a lot just on his own. Yeah. Put him back here in the middle. One more time for good measure. Okay. Interesting. Again, so I can see immediately I have some that initially aren't moving that much, but I'm hoping those gaps will close. Yeah, they're starting to spread. So we'll see what happens. I will check back here directly. One thing I am gonna do, sometimes when you pull out, you get bits of resin on your coaster. So in order to prevent the little pieces that you may have to cut off or trim off, I will come in, if I see a lot of it, with a baby wipe and as best I can, wipe the edge of my coaster to try to take those off. Just because it'll prevent the, like I said, the little wispies when we're done. So I'm gonna wait to see how these bloom. I'm not quite sure what color I'm gonna backfill them in. I'm thinking maybe a light gray, but we'll see. We'll check back. So it's literally probably only been 10 minutes. And these are what they're going. Again, it's the difference in how warm I start their bath water. They're blooming so nice already. So I'll come back in 4 hours, backfill, and we'll demold in the morning. Okay, here we go. Again, the backs of these are so pretty. This one stands out to me the most. The back of that is just so cool. It's part of the reason I started backfilling them a little more transparent, because the backs are really pretty. So with these, when I backfilled, it was 1 ounce each I knew to backfill, and I only used 2 drops of black alcohol ink to get the backfill on these. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh. So this is, we use that coffee in the middle with the rose gold. And those came out pretty. Look at that. Oh, exciting. Okay. All right. We're gonna save that one because that one's my favorite. We're gonna save that one till last. Okay. The edges on these look good. Doesn't look like I have to snip any overflow off or trim. Maybe just a tiny bit right there. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's cool. We have blooms that are striped, 2 colors. And over here you can see how clear those went out. Oh, okay. Pretty, pretty. Next one. Oh, I love them. No wispies. We're doing good. And, oh, that one has amazing detail in that brown, how it pulled it out. Holy cow. I love that. That is so cool. All right, on to the favorite. And I only say it's the favorite because the back, the way the alcohol ink just left it so delicate right there in the ends. Okay. Da-da-da-da. Oh, look at that. Can you guys see that detail? That's so flippin' awesome. I love it. Oh. All right, I'll bring you guys in for a close-up on all of them, and we'll see what you think. All right, there we go. The detail in those. That's crazy. Oh. Next one over. Yeah, those turned out really pretty. It's even saying how it just, the ink right over here just kind of floats off, but still looks like it's part of the petals. That is so cool. We got some striped petals. This is the one that had the really good stripes. All right, the back of the favorite. Yay. Those are turning out nice. Again, I'll dome them and I'll insert pictures of, I'll do a side-by-side, which, you know, one of what it looks like when one of them's domed next to one that's not domed. To me, doming makes such a huge difference. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, want me to continue making more with you, give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll keep doing this.